Welcome to Meta Check. Today we are talking about the meta we are leaving behind with BT17 and EX7 and talking about what's upcoming in the 2.0 completely new meta game that we haven't seen anywhere in the world before. Yeah.
The rest of the metas that we have left in the game's whole lifespan probably are new metas for us because we are going to
get the sets a little bit strange.
Simultaneous release after 2.5.
Yeah, because we get 2.0, which is like BT18 and half of BT19. Then we get EX8. So we get EX8 into card pool that is different from Japan, so our metagame is different.
Yeah.
And then we get 2.5, which is the last half of BT19 and BT20. So
yeah, and then Japan. Then Japan is in BT20. So
yeah, I guess that metagame is kind of like that's the same.
Yeah,
and then we hit it.
Then we are in the same pace. So
the EX8, but that is for future things.
Yeah. Let's start about or from BT17 and then move to EX7. BT17 felt like BT16.
BT17 was. I've been talking about I think I've been talking about it on the channel at some point. BT17 was kind of like really meh for me. I didn't really feel the set at all.
Yeah, I do understand your point. It was just like...
It was lots of that movie stuff, right?
Yeah, it was the movie set, and because of it was the movie set, it was super heavy on main characters, and then we had some villains, but like...
And there was nothing like that good. There was not such big things for me.
There were Sakuyama things for you, but like they were rare at max.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, there were just a couple of cards for me. Although I have to say, I did actually in the end like the Dex Dorugoramon stuff.
True. Yeah.
Dex Dorugoramon was one of the biggest positive surprises for me that came up with BT17 and in the following EX7 metagame also, but it was way better deck than I anticipated, kinda. And it was actually fun to play. So a big plus for that.
Yeah, it counters many decks and it has a great solid game plan and you can play it with two different bottom ends. So a nice deck with lots of variety.
Yeah. I guess the only problem for the deck is that it really hates Ancient Garurumon's bounce. And stuff like that,
yeah.
And Ancient Garurumon is the big thing that came from BT17. And did we have the restrictions in the middle of BT17?
Yes, we did actually.
Yeah.
Numemon died off.
Yeah, Numemon got absolutely killed.
Yeah, and
then.
Or did we get it actually even before?
But I remember seeing those BT 17.5 deck.
Oh yeah, it might be. Yeah.
So I think it came in some point in BT17 or almost at EX7 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a list. It did things, and the biggest moving piece there was the fact that Numemon got absolutely and utterly killed.
Yeah,
it has basically vanished from competitive play. Of course, it's still a playable deck in lower level or casual play or stuff like that, but it seems like competitive people are not taking Numemon, or at least they are not making good results with it. So that was a kind of it was the only thing that just absolutely died.
Yeah, and then Ancient Garurumon took a little hit because of Luya and Ukkomon restrictions and Hammerspike also.
Yeah,
but Ancient Garurumon has been doing things since also.
So Ancient Garurumon and Imperial Dramon have been the two big decks.
I think Imperial Dramon, it's so annoying to play against.
Yeah, that is true. And it can go from 0 to everything in so fast and so easily.
I hate it that you will gain memory when you Digivolve for free.
Those are one of those things that are never really.
And if the level 4s are frozen or if they have some lingering effect that is not beneficial for them.
It just vanishes because it's a new Digimon. Yeah, when they de-energy evolve.
And of course we got the Tier 0 Pulsemon deck. Wait. But yeah, we got also Pulsemon support, which is finally a playable deck. Argomon never saw any play.
Eosmon saw no play, basically.
Yeah, Eosmon was a thing in Japan.
But not for us.
Yeah.
Omnimon Ace has been actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, the later we went to the BT17 meta, the more
it has been topping tournaments here and there. It's not like any like tier 1 deck, but it has results, and that is something. So
yeah.
Shine Greymon also has some results, I think. And
I don't know if Diaporomon has done like anything.
No.
It's a fun casual deck, but
yeah,
no results. Ancient Greymon has been doing okay.
Yeah.
And
but that's not surprise. It's basically Ancient Garurumon with like more aggression.
Yeah, it's
so it's like it can hit so hard, especially if they're playing the old Ancient Greymon also, so they can just I'm going to hit for like 4 securities on this attack, and they're like, okay, fun.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Then we got a really good Crimson mode Ace that is really splashable.
Yeah, and Imperial Dramon Paladin mode Ace has been everywhere, basically.
Yep. And then we got those box topper promos, which some are really expensive, and then there is like really worthless ones. The Kapoterimon and Flame Dramon are the expensive ones, and then there is, well, Leomon.
It's surprisingly expensive.
Yeah, and V-Dramon is also like a 10 euro card, but like, yeah.
Of course, BT17 also heralds the Takemikazuchi, Fender Logamon Takemikazuchi, and that's also been like.
It seems some results not as much as I like hoped, but to be honest, I was positively surprised that it can do anything, because when Fender Logamon first came out, I was like, this is going to be tier 0 deck. And it did kind of poorly. And now I was like, this is going to do absolutely nothing. And then it has done something. So
yeah, it still has maybe one of the most like broken things in Digimon. You do when you do your combo, it's like one of the most absurd things you can do, because you're just like, it doesn't matter how much memory I give you, I'm just going to do this combo, kill your whole board, and then I attack for 1 billion.
Yeah.
So it's something.
It's really strong.
But it needs setup, so that's Also, we should never forget that in all this time in BT17 and EX7 metagame, Mirage Gagamon has been hovering around with good results.
Yeah, we saw the like first iteration of the Infinite Mirage Gagamon Homer Galaxy Loop. It's been possible since like maybe EX5, or EX6. If you play Huangunmon, it's from EX6.
Yeah,
but
you can play it without Huangunmon. So I think it has been doable since the Galaxy stuff has been there.
Yeah. So, but it surfaced.
Or I don't remember where the Galaxy stuff came. So it's basically, I guess, Zudomon the Gagamon is the big thing you need.
Oh yeah, BT60.
Yeah.
So yeah, BT60 is the like
cut off how many sets you need. So it has been doable since like spring.
Yeah.
But it just surfaced conveniently after the bans.
Yeah.
Or the restrictions.
Yeah. And yeah, then we have the Galaxy Mirage that we showed in our channel that is not the loop version.
Yeah.
With Hexablaumon. And
it's just efficient blue deck, basically.
Yeah, and Mirage as its own deck also is really efficient still.
Yeah, so Mirage has like at least 3 different versions of the deck at this point.
Yeah.
And they're all good. They're all at least like tier 5, 1.5 or something.
Tier 5.5.
1.5. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that they would finally just kill off Mirage Gagamon.
And then give us another wave of Mirage Gagamon support, please.
Just get rid of that all turns like We don't need that in this game where you can gain a ridiculous amounts of memory in your opponent's turn when your opponent does things that this game is like promoting as a whole. So
it would be like a different thing if it was like when your opponent plays a Digimon with an effect, gain 1 memory for each 4 cards in their hand. But like when your opponent draws a card with effect,
adds a card to their hand by an effect. So all my when Digivolving draw a card, when attacking draw a card, on play search something, when Digivolving search something, all of those are like, oh, now I'm taxed by 1, 2, 3, 4, however many memories.
And so many games I have won just because I've swung to my opponent's security and there comes like mandatory search. And then I'm like, oh, I can swing 1 more time with my burst mode.
Fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, BT17 was a set for me, but as a whole, like after the restrictions, I guess the metagame,
it became much better.
Yeah, and maybe it became much more diverse than I thought it would get in the end. Like
the first regionals or Ulticups after the restriction list was like,
it was just Imperial everywhere, but it has like became better later on. And like, of course, Imperial and Ancient Garurumon are still the big things. And like, I think Imperial, I can't remember. I have been keeping track of the numbers, but I can't remember. I just remember Ancient Garurumon and Imperial Dramon are the 2 like most tops in tournaments. These are from like Eggman events, which are listed.
They've topped the most.
Yeah, so Imperial Dramon and Ancient Garurumon have the most tops. I can't remember which one is actually the more.
I would say Imperial Dramon, but I have no clue.
Yeah, I can't remember now, but those are the 2 like biggest decks in the format, and for good reason. They have powerful play patterns, and I guess EX7 also, although EX sets are always a little bit iffy in like metagame perspective, sometimes they bring us like super OP stuff, and sometimes they bring us almost nothing. Well, EX7 had the arrival of Shoto, and that is like probably the biggest card from the set is actually this 1 green tamer. That
1 green rare tamer.
Yeah, that is actually splashable in any deck in existence, basically.
Yeah, it is. It actually is.
Yeah, which is kind of funny, but it's still how would I say? It gives us like this annoying like control decks. I'm fine with control decks, but I don't like control decks doing basically nothing. Or like, I hate the fact that you can have your win condition as either I sit here until you mill out, so you are out of cards, or then you're like, or then it's like 7 Great Demon Lords that's just I be here, I OTK.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, maybe Paladin mode Ace in certain matchups makes those things a little bit harder for.
Yeah, as we saw in the channel, Magnamon versus
Mother.
Yeah, Paladin mode Ace just resets the game for certain decks.
Yeah, and it makes, for example, 7 Great Demon Lords so much harder when you strip their whole graveyard.
Yeah.
And what else?
EX7 with the starter decks brought us the Liberator decks as a whole. Sandrilmon and Sephagamon are the biggest because Heavy Metal Dramon has done nothing.
Heavy Metal Dramon is a fun one, but it's not a good one.
Yeah.
Like, truly good one. It's not like bad deck, but it doesn't do enough.
We got like 2 mid-tier decks, Sephagamon and Sandrilmon. Then we got like 3 really bad decks, Musketeers, Heavy Metal Dramon, and then Lalokmon as Nature Spirits.
Yeah, and then we got the new, well, Link Dragons are what they are usually called, but I like to call them Hina Dragons.
Yeah, Hina Dragons, Volcanic Dramon and Metallic Dramon, and their whole lines.
Yeah, and they are really, really fun cards, but the deck still has its problems because it only has one Hina. It can't, it would like to play probably more, and of course, it's 2-color deck that can't really support. It doesn't have any, you can't play memory boosts, you can't play trainings yet. You get that one memory boost that says for black or red in the limited special set, whatever it's called.
Yeah, in a little over a month.
Yeah, and that really probably helps the deck also out because
it will help so many decks.
Yeah, because then you get more memory that you can use because otherwise you are kind of memory inefficient most of the time in that deck.
Yeah.
And maybe that is one thing I would like to actually talk about as a whole. Although the metagame has been surprisingly wide and diverse, and I've been enjoying it more than I thought, especially after EX7 because I got my
Lilithmon stuff.
I got all my only love Lilithmon X in there, and purple is of course one of my historic colors, and Lilithmon is my first actual deck, so it has been really fun. But maybe that one thing I want to talk about, considering just how kind of inefficient the Hina Dragons can be, or other decks that are not completely fleshed out or are not as good as the meta.
Yeah. The biggest meta
decks, because the meta has been diverse and kind of good as a whole, but god damn, it's hostile for decks that are not efficient. Because the memory cheating and the board destruction and the other removal and everything is so rampant at this point that if your deck is not at least on par with some of the aspects of those better decks, you're going to have a hard time to really play out. Because even if your deck is doing kinda unfair or good things, it might not be enough, because on the other side of the board there's just okay, I shall evolve from level 3 to level 6 and destroy a whole board.
Yeah.
And, with 3 or 4 memory, and then you're guess I'll die.
Even worst deck the Bellstarmon X or Musketeer deck can wipe your whole board in a single turn and present a really strong board, even without being the top tier deck. I'd say it's one of the worst decks that came out in this set. Not the worst one, but not that good also. But this is, it can really do stuff. Gundramon is really strong card, and we got comment on our what was it, 3 Musketeers versus something video.
Yes. Something like that.
That you should play more Bellstarmon aces, because Gundramon's protection ain't that good. But then I'm it's the best part of the deck, and you are wrong.
I think Gundramon is
it's Gundramon control.
It's the big guns.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if you're not playing if you would forgo Gundramon as a whole, you would not win with that deck. Ever.
Yeah. Gundramon is, especially if you have reboot, you can just swing, end your turn by playing some option card and destroy your opponent's stuff, put it under Gundramon, gain 1 or 2 memory.
Yeah. So, but we could technically be wrong, but we don't think we are wrong here.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain. I've been playing 3 Musketeers kind of a lot lately, and I really enjoy the deck, and I feel it's not the best deck, it's a fine deck, but the Gundramon is the best card in the deck.
The only problem is that it's kind of slow in winning, and that is also one thing that makes you a good or a worse deck, that you need to win in reasonable time.
Yeah, that's why
after you get the board for yourself, you need to win in a reasonable time frame. Because if you're giving your opponent like 2, 3, 4 turns after you're like taken control, you're probably giving your opponent time to just wrestle back the control and even like kill you there.
And like that's the like downside of Tyrant example.
Yeah.
You can have a really great board, but okay, what if your opponent has time to answer it?
Yeah, and in some cases, especially now that we get more and more hybrids that can just win by chipping you down, where they don't need to establish Digimons on board. They can win you if you are not fast enough, even if you have like the board control, because if they have enough tamers and enough level 4s in hand, they can just chip you down even through like blockers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is like one of the things that 2.0 brings us, is like even more hybrid decks.
Yeah.
Especially, I would say Purple Hybrid is like the biggest new contender.
Yeah, Purple Hybrid is probably the biggest thing. Then of course we get like more stuff for Red Hybrid and Blue Hybrid. Or blue-yellow hybrid. Yeah. So,
but before we move on to the 2.0
before we talk about the arts, I want to talk about Hexaplamon also, because it's like after Soto, it's probably the most splashed card from EX7, because
it goes to every blue deck.
I've seen
it can go into every blue deck.
I've seen it in Mirage Gargamon, I've seen it in Magnamon X, I've seen it in Imperial Ramon. Yeah, like every good blue meta deck could play
like 1 or 2 Hexaplamons.
And it does not make them any slower, it gives them more board control, it gives them tamer hate, and like with Hexaplamon is a great answer also to hybrids, because they probably can swing.
Yeah. And Hexaplamon itself has like Secret Attack +1, right?
Yeah, so
it's actually a clock on the board.
Yeah, and Ice Clad is a really strong effect also, or Ice Suit, but the English official English term. Ice Clad. Okay,
yeah.
Remember.
So you can kill almost any Digimon in battle if they don't have enough sources.
Yeah, and like if you play it in Imperial Dramon, you have the Source Strip engine there.
Yeah.
So
when you go to your like DNA Digivolution, you can take out sources, and then you just like go, and you can evolve on top of your Pildramon. So
yeah. So if you haven't bought your Hexaplamons yet, please do so before the price explodes. Before we see all EX8 cards, because we are going to see
EX8 probably brings out the actual ice snow deck also, because we get Scudimon and Scudimon's line, so we can have 2 dedicated ice snow lines.
Yeah, and then
for
we
the
have,
deck basically.
Yeah, and then we have the 2.0 ice snow stuff also. The hybrid stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Get your Hexaplamons before it's too late.
They are so expensive right now.
Yeah.
They are way too expensive for a super rare, for my liking.
I do agree.
But they are actually not protoforms, so a little bit rant here in the middle of everything. This protoform is absolutely goddamn expensive right now.
I paid far less for the altars what the normals are going for now.
The normals are right now, what, 35 to 40 euros or something like that? Or maybe more, I'm not even sure. It seems to climb up almost every day. And we paid less for our altars when
I paid under 30 for an altar. For a playset of altars. Like per card, not for whole playset.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 40 euros.
Yeah. It's over 40 euros basically.
Yeah, if you want more than one from one seller, it's
45.
Yeah, or 40. Even because.
And the altars are like over 60 euros, I think, at the moment. So
yeah, over 60.
And that is way too much. I think this was like everyone saw that the protoform is coming in the event pack, and they were like, okay, we need to wait. And protoform's price will come down, and then it like climbed a little by little, and then people realized, oh no, the event pack doesn't actually bring us more protoforms, and now we are getting more and more decks that want like 3 to 4 protoforms.
Protoform was like the lowest in a month was 15 euros, and then it got over 20. and then it just climbed to 35 and 40 for now. And the Event Pack 7 cards are like, they started from 20 euros, now they've been sold for over 40, and the cheapest in card market is 43 euros.
Yeah, so, and I guess one of the reasons for this is also Lord Nightmon X, I guess. But as a whole, like, it's all of these like purple decks that are using the protoforms. There are royal bases coming that is whole X antibody Digimons basically, so that's also one of the reasons I would hazard a guess. And it just seems like protoform is one of those cards you just want to have because it's so important to some of the decks.
Yeah.
But that is way too much for like card you need like
3 to 4
of in some of your decks, and it's just a super rare from an EX set. That is way too expensive. But it was EX5 that has really strange prices as well.
Yeah, Leviamon is also really expensive for reasons unknown.
Leviamon has been coming back up also with the restrictions because, or I'm not sure why as a whole, but
it counters Imperial Dramon.
Yeah, and well. I guess Magnamon got a little bit less like played with the restrictions. Even though I have to say, Magnamon did not die. Even the vaccine didn't die with the restrictions, but Numemon did die.
Yeah, but Magnamon, the blue version, is much better nowadays. The vaccine can do stuff, but it's much more clunky and it has not done as well.
Yeah, but
it's done stuff.
But it's kind of strange that the vaccine, even Magnamon X like vaccine decks, are still like topping tournaments because they actually lost pretty hefty amounts of cards from their like engine. So it's strange that they were able to survive.
Yeah, but Leviamon starts from 30 euros, the normal version, and the Altart starts from 50 euros. So I'm glad I picked my Altarts when they were like 35 or something.
I'm just going to rob your or one of our other friends' Leviamon Altarts if I need to play Leviamon.
Yeah, don't buy them.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about something pleasant and something nice for once. Let's stop ranting for a few minutes.
For a moment. Yeah. So let's talk about the arts. We are usually in these videos we are going through like now that we have EX set, we are going to talk about our best favorite non-alt art and alt art arts in the set, and then we are going to do the same for the 2.0.
Yeah. So let's start with the EX7. Let's start with the normal arts. I have like I don't have big feelings about any of these regular arts, but these are solid arts, don't get me wrong. But maybe the Hieromon is my favorite.
It's a good one also.
Yeah, especially with the blue borders. It makes the pumpkins pop more, or what are those?
I don't know.
Oranges? The orange.
Persimmons maybe? Or
I don't know. But it makes the orange pop more.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. But even without the borders, it's a really, really great art. And I would say that the Hierimon is my favorite art. The regular art from this set.
I had a little bit same situation as you. I usually find some like regular art that really like pops, and I'm like, this is so cute and so like cuddly or something, and then I'm like, this is the best one. But this time I probably need to just be biased and like super biased and just choose Lady Devimon X because that is one of my favorite cards in the set, and it also has a good art. So I don't have like any big things to say about it, but I just like the card and the art is good, so I'm good with it.
It's solid art.
And I love it was actually funny because the Wolle and Zerdrücken don't
quote.
Germans don't hate me, but I set that token name to my friends who are not playing Digimon, and one of my friends was like, Oh, I thought that was just like a name you were, or like it was just a name as a other language for the token, and then he realized, oh, it's actually the name of the token, and I was like, yep, it's Vole Einzelrücken. And then one of my other friend was like, wait, those are named this and this in like, he knows German, he speaks German.
Yeah.
So he was like, what are these names? And I need to show you the what they are in Finnish at some point, because they are really funny. And they make it even funnier, the token even funnier.
You should print out some tokens with the Finnish names.
Definitely, to be honest. I should do it.
Yeah, what about alt-arts?
Well, again, I'm going to continue being biased. I need to say honorable mention for the non-alt-art, because I want to shout out the Kyuaramon egg. I think it's just like cute as heck.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's just like, maybe it's also like a small thing on its head. Look at it. It's just a little boy,
so comfy, yeah.
Comfy and like goofy at the same time. But yeah, I'm continuing the alt-arts being biased and saying Lilithmon X because it's my favorite card in the set. So
yeah, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, I do have like other like alt-arts I like. Belstar Ace is a really good one.
It's really good one.
And Arisa I have been glamoring since our like spoiler checks and something like that. So, and it looks really good.
Yeah, and speaking about Belstarmon Ace, it's probably my favorite alt-art in the set.
There's something in that alt-art as a whole, like maybe it's the background and like the laid back sitting there or something that makes it like it makes it look somehow more dynamic or alive than most of the alt-arts we have. I don't have like any problems with our alt-arts, they're gorgeous most of the time, but like somehow this Belstarmon Ace alt is just so alive because there's like, it looks like there's some kind of like desolate like Grand Canyon kind of background or something. So this looks alive. It seems like it belongs somewhere in the world.
I just now realize that there is Armadillomon on the art.
Random Armadillomon.
Yeah. And like also I have to shout out the Belstarmon X Antibodies 2-star version.
Yeah,
it's
the chase one.
The Chase Belstar X is the best chase card we have.
It's gorgeous.
So far, yeah.
That is one of those cards that I would like to own if it didn't cost like arm and a leg.
Yeah. I might have to get one someday, even if it costs me an arm and a leg. And then we can move to the Special Booster 2.0.
Yeah. And
it's arts. Let's start with the regular arts. Do you have something?
Yes. Here I had like couple of different choices, and in the end I decided to choose the Metal Etemon just for the fact that it's still continuing the story of Metal Etemon versus whatever that is called. I can't.
Volgamon.
Yeah. And now Metal Etemon has triumphed over Pile Volcanum, and now he's making a, I guess, mic drop kinda also, but like...
This is really solid, I enjoy this art.
Yeah, it's not like, it's maybe not the best art or so, but it's like, the story is there. It has been there for like 4 or something arts at this point.
Since BT2.
Yeah, so I really like that. And then I had a couple of honorable mentions as non-alt arts, but I can't remember them. I guess it was like, I did put them in the... I'm too... it was Sikuemon and then Lord Nightmon Ace as non-like alt arts. The Sikuemon, I was trying to find out or like think about why do I like the Sikuemon art so much, and I think it has something to do with the. It's maybe like the vibrant life in it. Maybe a little bit like the flowers on the foreground there, and like how it actually like. Again, it looks like it belongs somewhere. So it's like I do really enjoy it. And I do love flowers in my arts. I have realized that, like the Sakuyamon, this one, then the Patamon that is in the tree, like surrounded by flowers, and I guess Lord Nightmon Ace also kinda has flowers in it, but this is more like that back turn to the camera kinda, and like the moonlight. This brings me somehow a little bit like those Sailor Moon, whatever, it's the black caped man vibes somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can see that.
Yeah, but and the colors are really, really pretty. Yeah. Especially with also with the purple and the black borders together with the art. I would like to have that as a full art.
True.
Like without borders, and like maybe even like I would like that even without texts.
Yeah, it's a beautiful image.
Yeah.
Beautiful art. My favorite is Puroromon.
Oh, it's a cute one.
This is really solid. I really enjoy it. It's so magical and so cute. I love the line work in this. The Digimons have like solid like lines in their strokes, and also like white stroke over them, and then the background has no lines, like separate lines. It's
kind
color.
It's kind of fun that we have those three Digimons in the foreground or in the front, and then the background is kind of like this drawing or a painting. Like it's in different style than the Digimons in the front, so it's kind of like fun.
Yeah,
the background is different style, kinda. So it makes a good contrast.
I enjoy that. Then, at least first we had like the first card that came in our mind when we talked about alt arts was Lord Nightmon X Antibodies alt art.
Yeah, that is absolutely glorious.
It's one of the best arts in the game, period. I really enjoy it.
That is really Asmaria doing his best, or their best.
Yeah. That really is. I really enjoy this. It's really solid, and I will get the playset of this even if it costs too much for me.
Yeah.
But I will do that.
Yeah. What did I actually end up choosing?
I can't remember. We have Discord here.
No, it was Lord Nightmon X. Yeah.
You have some honorable mentions?
Yeah, Shadow Seraphimon Ace was another one that I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's also really gorgeous.
Yeah, this is almost like illegal that this alt art and the Lord Nightmon X are in the same set. So and I have to be like, this is the better one. No. Let's do this different. This and Shadow Seraphimon Ace is the best BT18 alt art, and this is the best BT19 alt art.
You could say so also. I have one honorable mention also, and it's the Z Millennium one. What's that? 2.2 star art. This is even better than the best star one. And
somehow
I've seen so many lists that only play one Zir Millennium, and I'm like,
maybe I should get this one. And I also had a honorable mention for Violet in Boots.
It's really great.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So it's not like this. Like there's kind of nothing special with it, but I do enjoy my like
slice of lives
and my unique tamer alt arts.
Yeah.
Like I do not enjoy those BT12, 13?
Yeah, 12. 12, yeah.
That are like the same and they're going to the same direction. Like those are they look good on the board. I'm not like.
But as a collection.
Yeah, but as a like, I do enjoy that they are the tamer alts are different. They can be in like same-ish style, or like you can. In these two, you can like say that Violet, Shoto, and Arisa are in like they are in the same vein, but they are not like same.
Yeah, true. They're in the same world.
Yeah.
Just like the what are those? Seekers altars.
Yeah, those are
that
also.
We've been talking a lot.
I do as a whole enjoy tamer altarts because tamers usually sit on the board more time than not, and then you can Yeah, you can enjoy your altart purchases there.
Yeah, that's true. But these are the altarts. Next we will move to 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. We have actually started testing for that earlier on because we thought our nationals would be on the 2.0 meta, but then again due to some distribution problems, the
set got delayed.
Set got delayed here in Finland because I think most of our our game stores here have suppliers that are like those that got delayed, so
bad luck for us. But
yeah, it was then people who are working on the nationals made the choice that we are not playing it in the EX7 format, and I guess that is
it's fair.
It's fair because it will be, you can get the cards if you want, because some people on the Europe get it on the 1st of November.
Yeah, and I've already gotten them because of the release party events.
Yeah, but that just like you can't just like kind of force all of our players to
pay pre-release sales.
Yeah, pay the maybe inflated prices just to get the cards for the decks, and so it was a good choice that they made it so our nationals in the EX7. But
we have
tested 2.0 a little bit. I have been playing Purple Hybrid mainly in there, and I've been loving playing Purple Hybrid. I'm actually had pretty good results with it in our like testing games we've had, and you can build Purple Hybrid in so many ways also.
Yeah.
It's like you can play this, I like to play this like kind of color salad of everything almost.
Yeah, Centrilmons and
yeah, in my last version I had every color in the deck.
Rainbow Hybrid.
Which was, but it's still mainly Purple Hybrid. It uses the Purple Hybrids for
and most of the colors come from like dual colored cards.
Yeah.
Like you played the BT17 Argumon level 5 that
gave me the green.
Yeah.
And then red came from Flamemon.
Yeah.
But then you can also play like Magna Garuru, like in like more high end, or like you can play like Magna Garurumon, Susanomon things, and then you can play like just straight up Purple Hybrid with like maybe even like Mervamons in the top end. There've been like Mervamon Purple Hybrids, so and also we are getting like way more hybrid support. But I guess Purple Hybrid is the only like new hybrid deck that will come out that is like, I would say that is the only like new hybrid deck that comes out that is going to be super competitive.
Yeah.
I don't think the blue and like green or what, and then like yellow black they are not their own decks that much, especially as Koichi was the only one who didn't get color shifted. So you can't even like Tommy is also. Yeah, but the blue stuff isn't that special anymore, I think.
Yeah.
But like they color shifted Zoe and JP, so you can't even like really efficiently use their old support.
It's really funny that Zoe got green and JP got yellow. They just swapped colors.
Yeah. But I think Purple Hybrid will be a really good deck.
I think that also. And I've not been testing, I don't know, have you been testing, but Lord Nightmon is seeing results in Japan, and Jarno, who is been playtesting with us, has been testing with Lord Nightmon.
Yeah,
and it's a solid deck.
I have played against it. It's a deck that can do really good stuff, really good things, but I still think Lord Nightmon is more flavor of a month thing. And
I don't know if it's a like flavor of the month, but it's one of those high-end choices that you can make with your purple good stuff. You can play Lord Nightmon, Leviamon, Lilithmon, even Takemikazutsu with the same base.
Yeah, but I would say like pure Lord Nightmon is not powerful enough.
The black one.
no, even like purple good stuff Lord Nightmon with nothing other in your high end than Lord Nightmon. I would say
Leviamon is a great addition.
Yeah, I would probably in the end at least pair the Lord Nightmon with Leviamon myself, because I don't think I don't have any like concrete evidence, of course, about this. This is just my hunch. I just think Lord Nightmon is like, it's the high end you can play in the purple good stuff, but I think it's a flavor of a month thing, kinda, and like, especially because Japanese and like Asian, in the Asian results, they want to play new stuff.
Yeah, and they play best of ones, and that is a huge thing to take into consideration.
But there is indeed, like, Lord Nightmon can do really gross stuff with the fact that you're alliancing Lord Nightmon X unsuspends and stuff like that, so you can. That is one of the things that it's good at, because it can end games surprisingly fast. But then again, it doesn't have any protection, so it's just like dice basically to anything. So if your opponent has like a counter punch, sometimes Lord Nightmon has a hard time coming back to the game.
True.
So that is like one of the things that I have like realized.
Then I've been testing Millenniumon. I was really hyped about the deck, and I still am hyped about the deck, but it's not the tier 1 deck that I hoped it was going to be. Yeah, it's really solid. It can do stuff, especially against like right kind of decks, but if it faces Digivolve or Bounce, it just cries and does nothing.
Yeah, bouncing especially is like really, really rough.
Yeah.
And like Digivolving into like Chimeramon or something is like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
And then I've been testing Glusamon also a little. It's a fun deck, but it's...
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a good deck.
Yeah, you can just recover yourself out, like deck out yourself with recovery. And yeah.
I've also had a couple of games with the Royal Base, and it seems like a really fun deck. I'm not saying it probably ain't like tier 1 or like anything like that, but it seems like a coherent, good deck, and we really luck out with the fact that we get the whole Royal Base support in this one set. So we don't have to wait with the Tiger Vespamon first and then wait for the Queen Beemon.
Yeah, because Tiger Vespamon would not be a deck.
Yeah,
as its own.
Yeah, you don't have enough Royal Base in that. And Royal Base is also one of those protoform abusers, because...
Yeah, so it's automatically heavy deck on costs.
Yeah, because you can use your protoform to go to level 4 for free in certain situations, and then if your opponent removes your stack, you get protoform on top of your security, where you can get it back with most of your effects. You can just add protoform into your hand, put a Royal Base to the security.
You don't need to wait your opponent
you can just get it back, and then you can just go again.
Yeah.
So protoform kind of like plays perfectly into what Royal Base wants to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things, of course, this set is so huge, because we get like 1.5 sets and really good like support. So
gladly we will get more super rares than the usual 7.
Yeah, and the one thing is like our metagame has been pretty diverse, and I think this will maybe bring it even more like diverse than it was, because I don't see
any deck to fall out.
Yeah, and I don't see like any deck taking the top dog like mantle from this set. Maybe like Purple Hybrid or some Lord Nightmon things can like jump to prominence, but I still think like Imperial Dramon is good, Ancient Garurumon is really good, and stuff like that. And Ancient Garurumon even gets like a little bit of help with this set because they get the double tamer.
True, and the new Lobomon.
Yeah.
And Susanamon also is a really great splashable ace for any hybrid deck.
Yeah.
And a Wincon also.
Indeed. So I'm kind of excited for 2.0, and well,
I'm really excited.
We also get more fish support, aquatic support for me, but that is not good enough, I think.
And then we get Dynasmon X and Dynasmon deck. That is not good enough, but it's fun for me.
Yeah, I think biggest thing I like from the Dynasmon stuff is the fact that I can get the level 4 and slot it into Sakuyamon.
Yeah. Facts. But this is a really interesting set to like live through.
Yeah, and as we said, of course, there's this one big boogeyman kinda in this set, which is Shadow Seraphimon Ace.
Oh yeah, true.
Because it slots absolutely perfectly into Mother Control.
Yeah, and it's absolutely banger of a card.
Yeah, because Shadow Seraphimon Ace is like, it's almost unfair how good it is. It's like, it has everything you would want from a level 6 ace. It has D-Digivolve, which is basically the best kind of removal you can have. And it's D-Digivolve 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's like humongous D-Digivolve. And then you have, you have blocker on itself, so you don't even need to get blocker from anywhere. And then when you block or change attack targets, one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5,000. So you can technically kill 2 things with this one ace. Easily. Easily. You can just go to this D-Digivolve 3, block, and then give minus 5,000 to something else that dies.
And it's really hard to read to this because it's all turns. When attack targets change, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP for the turn.
Yeah.
And then it has rule trade, has 3 Great Angels, so it slots in 3 Great Angels.
Yeah. And it also evolves from Seraphimon?
Yeah, for cost
of something.
For cost of 1, or from Mercurymon in Digimon.
Yeah, so you can actually blast this on top of your Seraphimon in your 3 Great Angels also.
Yeah, or your Sephirothmon with Mercurymon in Digivolution cost.
Yeah.
Cards.
That is also a thing that Mother Control can do.
Yeah.
So it's like
you can make your Mother blocker, then you Digivolve to that, which makes your opponent attack. And then you make them to attack and then do blast to this on top of your level 4.
Yeah. So Shadow Seraphimon Ace is maybe one of the cards that I liked least in the set. I know it's powerful and it's going to be widely played. And I think Shadow Seraphimon Ace is one of the things why I'm kinda glad our nationals are not in the 2.0 metagame, because
I totally agree with you.
Because I don't really want to just need to think every time my opponent has like black or yellow level 5 on the board or something that do they have D-Digivolve 3 in their hand? Can I attack, or do I need to get rid of this Digimon? And I don't really want to get to play against Mother Control that can just go into Shadow Seraphimon Ace.
Yeah. Then we also get the Lusamon Satan mode that fits in Lusamon and Demon Lords. And we get new Lusamon support that fits also in Demon Lords. So Demon Lords get stuff.
Again.
Yeah. And fun fact, the Millenniummon stuff also fits in your Demon Lords. Like Moon Millenniummon, Digivolve that on top of your opponent's on top of your Creepymon, mill your opponent's handout.
That is something indeed.
Yep. So
it's interesting.
Keep that in mind also.
And also, like, Seed Millenniummon is actually, again, one of those cards that technically could be just like
Kiaporamon support.
Yeah, that, and it can technically also be just like purple good stuff support.
True.
It can be your one of your level 7s that you can just evolve into, because it's like, it's still, when digivolving is like a removal. So,
yep.
And it also activates on when attacking, so you can still like apply pressure even after the digivolution with the like, so.
Yeah. And you could play like Millenniummon just with Moon Millenniummon and Seed Millenniummon as your top end.
Yeah.
And with purple good stuff.
Yeah. And if you are playing Lady Devimon X, you can actually make tokens to use with your Seed Millenniummon also.
True.
So it's technically like possible to overclock with the Seed Millenniummon in certain situations. So you can get like double removal, and like you can even, and because you return a Digimon to top of your opponent's deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually like screw with their draws a little bit.
If you play this in purple good stuff, where you gain a ton of memory, you have Lilithmon on field, you have token on field, you do something to gain million memory, use a training to go this for 4, you're at 0, you swing with this, it survives. You digivolve to this, you do the effect, you swing with this, it survives. Then you pass the turn somehow and overclock with this and do it again. You can do it 3 times because it's not once per turn.
Yeah, you can technically do it 3 times indeed.
But that's neat.
Yeah, but it's still like, it's one of those cards that I probably need to get at least one just because it's a purple good stuff card also.
Yeah.
Technically you could play Moon Millennium one also in purple good stuff, I guess.
Yeah, Moon Millennium one is really strong. When something else gets destroyed, you trash one of your opponent's security, and then the hand disruption is really strong.
Yeah, and it can actually like get rid of tamers. So
true that also.
Or it get rid of tamers if your opponent has enough cards, so you can actually like try to fight off those hybrid decks better.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, the set seems really fun and competitive. And then there comes like those lower power. Yeah, lower power decks that you can play with your friends, like Dynasmon and the Royal Base.
Yeah, Ryugumon also.
Yeah, true.
I think I would like to say that the Royal Base actually has like more chance to be like a good deck. Maybe not like tier 1, but it could actually like knock on the tier 1.5 or there.
Yeah.
So it has enough good things going on for it, and it can also play Tyrant Kabuterimon. So
yeah.
Maybe this is the new age of Tyrant Kabuterimon. It's actually a Royal Base card.
Oh no, do I need to get all of the Royal Base altars? Oh no.
Oh no.
Then you could build like a Kumamon blue hybrid deck with the new Tomi and Kumamon and Korikakumon and play Hexablowmon as its top end and have like a fun deck.
There are enough things, and there are many things you can just like tinker with and play around and like check out what they become.
Yeah, and then we get the Dark Knightmon support also that is.
Yeah, true. I actually forgot about that. So Dark Knightmon might make a comeback because Lord Knightmon Ace and then the new Dark Knightmon and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and
Nene.
True. Yeah.
So there are many things in this set, and it's a big set of course, but like I do enjoy this set for what I think or what we have seen already. So it's unfortunately it got delayed for us, but
and many other people also, many other countries, but that's what happens with Bandai. And not sometimes, but usually.
Just a small indie company.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying that it happened 2 times in a row.
Yeah, but think about being a British.
Yeah.
Not their first rodeo, not their second rodeo.
It's a rodeo.
It's an ongoing rodeo. But yeah, do you have something to say about 2.0 or anything about general?
I don't think so. I'm just excited to get to play the 2.0 metagame and then waiting for that. Or maybe we could talk about a little bit, because we're not going to have a meta check until 2.5, probably. Yeah. So maybe we could touch on the limited special set thing.
True, that
here also, because it's coming in December.
December 13th.
Yeah, and it brings us such an amount of good cards. Damn it! We get all the scramble cards, all the double colored memory double color searching memory boosts, and then we get those Ace cards that we've been waiting for a long time. There's Maid Mode Ace, Cyberdramon Ace, Sivomon Ace,
Agumon and Gabubond.
Yeah, and then there's Megidramon Ace that Gallantmon players have been waiting for a good old while. We get reprints of Ruin Mode.
Ruin Mode reprint.
Death Exmon,
Castramon X,
Quantumon,
and the both Sistermon from the Chessmon starter.
And I think we're still missing some, like 8 cards or so that are not confirmed. I think 6 or 8, something like that. I think
it was 8 because we talked about this last week when we recorded videos. If the Digimon's website would work, I could tell you, but because it does not.
Yeah, so there's still like something to wait to see what are the last cards, but this set seems really good, and the scrambles will be the next big thing, kinda, in my opinion. They are cards that make like coming back to games a little bit easier, and like also never underestimate even like one evolution cost reduction. That is actually. That should never be underestimated. There's too many times where you can go like, I'm too memory off, and now you can actually get that one memory, basically.
But in the special limited set, there is 34 cards, 2 types of uncommon, 2 rares, 1 super rare, and 3 secret rares.
And then 26 promo cards.
Yeah.
And I think
we know 18 of them.
Yeah. So we are missing 8 promo cards from this.
Yeah, and they have not been confirmed what they are. If they are reprints, I'm hoping they are good reprints and not like a tournament pack that we've seen recently.
The best reprint will be trainings, I guess, maybe. Like if you want to just like a set, but there's not enough. There's not enough.
8 cards.
Yeah, so 8. It must be like some sort of.
It's some like store tournament pack, or then they are going to give us new cards.
But I don't really think so.
I don't know.
Please reprint those box toppers that are getting out of hand. That would be the best case scenario in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just like Raremon and...
Raremon's come down because of the regional printing, but...
Yeah, and Raremon was always somehow strange because there were not that many decks that actually played that card.
Leviamon played it.
Yeah, but
it played it.
Yeah, and it was like one of those cards that it wasn't like super needed in any deck.
Yeah, it was just a good card, but
yeah,
not
but
like mandatory.
And it was perfectly like skippable for most of the decks, and it costed like 50 euros or something.
Yeah,
stupid. And it was like I didn't really see it in almost anywhere actually like being an important part of the deck.
True.
I think people just like somehow thought it's going to be like played in everywhere or something. But
it would have been if it was like.
But I'm not even sure. I think we have better purple goods.
Yeah, I think
end.
I do think that also, but like it could have been played more if it wasn't that hard to get.
Yeah.
But maybe they are going to print Promo Diaboromon once again.
Granku Vagamon.
Yeah, Granku Vagamon, Promo Diaboromon. I can't see like what are they going to reprint? I'm confused.
But we will see. But the set is still good, and and the scrambles will become widely playable in many decks.
True.
Probably most of the decks will run like 1 to 2 scrambles. I would hazard a guess.
Yeah, that might be true.
Just because they're so good.
Yeah.
And they're really good at getting you back into game if your opponent just like wrecks your board.
True.
Because you can get like, here's my level 3, and then I can, even if I can't get to attack, I can actually make a stack that can do stuff.
If I could wish from Bandai what the promos are if they are reprinted, I would wish like Kuwagamon promo because it's expensive as hell. Then Shademon, Shaderamon, Nightmon, Morphomon, haven't seen reprints yet. Then Diaboromon Ace would be a nice addition, and School Nightmon promo. But
we don't know what those are.
We don't know
what they are yet. So.
And those BT17 box toppers could be fine additions, but I don't know. I'm scared that it's just like some pack that we get in weekly tournaments that includes like Trimogemons and Gotsumon and Santiporis, and it would be so annoying.
Yeah.
But Bandai, please make a good move. You probably already made that move, so let's just wish that they had some great people thinking that.
Yeah. Give us good cards.
Yeah, please.
That is what we want.
Yeah, but that's probably all we have to say before my voice runs out again. And if you listen to the whole over an hour of rambling, please leave a comment and tell us that you did do that. We would really appreciate that.
Tell us your favorite cards from the 2.0.
Yeah.
Your favorite arts from EX7 and 2.0.
Yeah. And if you really listen to the whole thing, please consider becoming a channel member to help us out, and we will see you at the next video. Bye!